Hi student, today I am going to start the chapter electric current and effect. Okay, electric current and its effect. Okay, today in this video we will learn about what is electric current, what is electric current, what is electric circuit, what is electric circuit, and component of electric circuit. So about these three topics today we will discuss. So first, what is electric current? So let's explain this with an example. So when you switch on in your home, the bulb glows. So why? As soon as we on the switch, the bulb glows instantly. So why the bulb glows? Again one thing, the bulb is connecting to the switch with a wire, and that is basically is used as copper wire. Okay, this wire is made up of copper. Now suppose this is a battery. This is our switch. And a bulb is connected. Now if we switch it on, then the bulb glow. So question is, why the bulb glow? So answer of the question is that something flows through this copper wire as we on the switch, and that something which flows through this copper wire and make the bulb glow, that is called electric current. Okay, due to this electric current, bulb glows. So now this electric current is basically flow or basically generated due to the flow of charges. Okay, current flows due to the flow of charges. Now what is charges or charge? Charge is a basic property of a matter or substance or substances due to which it is attracted or repelled. Okay. So charge is a basic property of a substance due to which it is attracted or repelled. So about charge you will know better in the higher class, but for this class 7 you just remember that charge is a basic property due to which an object is attracted or repelled. Just like a magnet can attract the metal. Yes, a bar magnet or magnet can attract an iron piece. Just like a positively charged object can attract negatively charged object. That means there is two types of charge. Okay? Two types of charge. One is positive charge and another one is negative charge. Name of positive charge is proton and name of the negative charge is electron. Now this electron or this negative charge flow across this through this copper wire, and that is why the bulb glows, because when the electron flows through this copper wire, an electric current is generated, and this electric current or due to this electric current the bulb glows. Okay? So you remember, charge is a property of matter. There is two types of charge. One is positive charge called proton and one is negative charge called electron. When the negative charge or electron flows through the copper wire, an electric current is generated, and due to this electric current the bulb glows. Okay? So now when the current passes through the bulb, why the bulb glow? So you all see this type of bulb. Yes? And in the bulb there is a string like this, and this is called filament. Okay? This is called filament, and this filament is made up of tungsten material. Remember, tungsten. Now when the current flows through this filament, a very high amount of heat and light is generated. That means when the current flows through this filament, the electric current or electric energy, electric current contains electric energy, and this electric energy is converted into light energy and heat energy. Okay? So there is also a statement, conservation of energy. Okay? According to conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Only we can transfer one form of energy to the other. So here in the bulb, we are not creating any energy. We are not creating light energy. Only we are converting the electrical energy into a light energy, and that is why the bulb glows and we can get light from the bulb. Okay? And one thing you notice here, that we use tungsten material only in the bulb. We can't use an iron or any other metal like iron. So why? Because the tungsten, this material, has very high melting point. Melting point means melting point. Okay, melting point means temperature at which it melt. That means if we are providing a temperature to this substance and we continue to go and continue to increase the temperature to a very high value, then also this material will not melt. But if we use iron here in this filament, and if we increase the temperature to a very high value, then the iron will melt and the bulb will destroy. And that is why we can't use iron as a filament. Okay. So what is electric current? It is clear. Now electric circuit. Electric circuit. So electric circuit is a closed path through which current can flow. Okay, if we connecting the electrical component like bulb, battery, switch, by connecting this component, if we make a closed path where the current can flow, then this type of closed path is called electric circuit. For example, this is a battery. Here we connect a switch and a bulb here. Okay, so this is a closed path and through which current can flow. Then we call it as electric circuit. Now suppose this will break down here. So what is break? Okay. Now current will flow through this circuit and will flow and reach this point. Suppose it is A. Okay, current will reach the point A, but this portion there is nowhere. Okay, nothing. That is why current can't jump from one point to the other. Okay, suppose this is point B. Current can jump from A to B, and that is why there will be a breakdown of flow of current, and in this case we call it as an open circuit. Okay, open circuit because there is a breakdown, and in open circuit current cannot flow. Current cannot flow. But if we connect A and B by an wire, then we call it as a closed circuit. Okay, and from closed circuit current can flow. Okay, so electric circuit is a closed path through which current can flow. So there is two types of electric circuit. One is closed circuit, one is open circuit. In closed circuit, all the components are connected properly. There is no breakdown and current can flow through it. In open circuit, there is a breakdown, okay, and through which current can flow. So next component of electric circuit. So there are few components of electric circuit just like battery, bulb, switch, conducting wire. So first, battery or cell. So all of you see your TV remote. At the back of the TV remote there is two cells. Okay, just like suppose this is your TV remote and there is two cells like this. Okay, connect this to battery, if we connect it, then together it is called a battery. So there is this type of cell. Yes. So single, it is called cell. Now if we connect a number of battery like this, or number of cell like this, then it is called battery. Okay. Now there is a specific rule how can we connect the cell and make a battery. So in a cell, always there is two terminal. One is positive terminal and the other one is negative terminal. Suppose this is our cell. So this is one terminal and this is another terminal. If this one is positive terminal and this will be negative terminal. Okay. Now if we connect a number of cells to make a battery, then what we have to do, positive terminal of this battery we have to connect with the negative terminal of the second battery. Okay. Positive terminal of the first battery is connected to the negative terminal of the second battery. Then again, positive terminal of the second battery connected to the negative of the third battery. So in this way we have to connect. So there is various type of battery or cell available. So let's take an example. In some battery or cell, positive and negative terminal remains in one side. So there is another terminal and there is another terminal. There is two terminal like this. Now one terminal is red and another terminal is black, like that. And this red terminal is always positive and black terminal is always negative. Okay. If we want to connect another cell with this one, then there will be two terminal again. Okay. So we have to connect the positive terminal of the first battery with the negative terminal of the second battery. Okay. So in this way we can connect different types of cell to complete or to make a battery. So this is the symbol of a cell. Okay, this is the symbol of a cell, and if we connect a number of cells like that, okay, so cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, cell 4, that means 4 cells are connected to make a battery. So in a cell, the longer one is always marked as positive and the shorter one is always marked as negative. See, so for cell 1 this is positive and shorter one is negative. For cell 2 this is positive, this is negative. For cell 3 this is positive, negative, positive, negative. See here, the negative of the first cell is connected with positive of the second cell. Similarly, negative of the second cell is connected with positive of the third cell. Negative of the third cell is connected with positive of the fourth cell. So in this way we can connect the cell and make a battery. So next, switch. So there is two states of switch. One state is on and the other state is off. So this is the symbol of a switch. Now if we connect these 2 points, then the switch will be on. Or if we keep this like that, then this will be off and this is on. Because if we keep this wire like this, then current can jump from this point to this point. So there will be a breakdown of the conducting wire, and that is why it is called off state. Suppose this is a bulb. Here we connect a battery, positive, negative, and we make a switch here, connect a switch here. Okay. Then if we keep the switch like this, that means it is in off state or open state. Or we can also call it the switch is open. Then the bulb will not glow, because in off state the current can pass through the circuit. But if we keep the switch like this, okay, then the bulb will glow, because the switch in on state or closed state, because this is closed. In this case the bulb will glow. So next component is bulb. So I already discussed what is bulb. So what are the filaments, what is tungsten, so you can understand from there. So next is conducting wire. Conducting wire. So these are basically made up of copper, because through copper current can easily pass. And there is another term in electricity, that is resistance. Resistance means which opposes the flow of current. Okay, it is a property of a metal, property of a substance by virtue of which it opposes the flow of current. Okay. So there is let us take an example. If we are driving in a road and an accident is happened in the road, so all the cars stop there. If all the cars stop in the road, so accident is happened there at this spot, so then all the cars stopped here. Now we are at this position, we are moving. Now if the car stop here, we can't move. Yes or no? So this accident is opposes the motion of our car. Yes, we can't drive through it. So this accident stop the motion of our car. That means this accident offer a resistance to the motion of the car. So in this way also, in this way the resistance of a substance opposes the motion of current. So this substance copper has a very less resistance, and that is why current can easily flow through it. Okay, and tungsten, this is a this material has a very high resistance, and that is why we can make conducting air from tungsten, because it offers very high resistance which will minimize the current or which will decrease the value of the current. Okay.